I have no silver, no diamonds or gold, but I am far richer by the visions I hold. 'Cause I've seen the mountains and I've seen the sea. I've seen all that beauty and lived a life that was free. When the cool autumn moonlight shines down through the trees, no place under heaven would I rather be, where the wild birds are flying and the caribou roam. Many places I've rambled, but this is my home. And when I am weary and it's time to rest, please take this old body to the place I love best, somewhere on that mountain. Turn my face to the sea and let the wind in the treetops sing me to sleep. 'Cause I've seen those mountains, I've been to the sea, and all of that beauty is like heaven to me. Where the wild birds are flying and the caribou roam. Many places I've rambled, but this is my home, where the wild birds are flying and the caribou roam. Many places I've rambled, but this is my home.
Good evening and welcome to This Week in Review. Tonight in our stories we have Annual Awards Night, Breakfast with Santa, Scotiabank donation, Hockey Tournament, Seniors Party, Best Decorated Houses, Gingerbread Village, Mayor's Message. Please stay tuned for these stories after this. Try your luck and play TV bingo on Wednesday, sponsored by Butterfly Kisses. Cards are 6 for $5 and can be bought from any member of the Butterfly Kisses or in most stores around town. Before Christmas, the annual awards night was held. Students from grades 7 to 12 of 2011-2012 received their diplomas and awards. Over $9,000 was given out in scholarships.
Next, we have the Principal's Honor Roll. These are given to students who have an average mark of 85% or over. Names are placed on the honor roll in front of the office. I ask students remain seated, but I'll list the following students whose names were placed on the honor roll in June of last year. Brandon Ingram, Madison Porter, Amber Strickland, Gavin Clothier, Sarah Mullins, Alexandria Parsons, Josh Pink, Patty Ricketts, Carrie Tucker, Jade Cutler, Kelsey Grant, Blake McDonald, Lucas Billings, Jeremy McDonald, Jordan Sims, Rebecca Sims, and Tiffany Spencer. And I think they deserve a big round of applause. Next, we have the Principal's Award of Excellent Diplomas, and call Mr. Eyre. These are given to students who had an average mark of 90% or over. 90% is the mark set for academic excellence at Virgil Academy. And the following students are asked to come forward to receive their diploma. Brandon Ingram, Gavin Clothier, Josh Pink, Patty Ricketts, Jade Cutler, Kelsey Grant, who couldn't make it this evening, Lucas Billard, and Jeremy McDonald. And big congratulations to those students. Next, we have the presentation of the trophies. They're to my right. These trophies are for the highest academic achievement in grades 7 to 12. Students' names will be engraved on the appropriate plaque and displayed on the Wall of Fame in the main corridor. And I ask the Constable Cooper to present the trophies. For grade 7, and again, when I ask students to come forward, you're asked to please line up. Put the trophies back, sorry, you're going to keep them. Grade 7, Brandon Ingram. Grade 8, Gavin Clothier. Grade 9, Patty Ricketts. Level 1, Jade Cutler. Level 2, Blake McDonald. And level 3, Jeremy McDonald. And these are our top students in grades 7 to 12. Another big round of applause.
Also before Christmas, the fire department held their annual breakfast with Santa. This year, the staff of Scotiabank helped out. Scotiabank had promised to match whatever was raised up to $5,000. This year, over $5,000 was raised, making it a huge success. As promised, Mr. Chis Burton, Scotiabank manager, presented the fire department with a check of $5,000.
Glenn, as promised, on the 23rd, like the bank got involved with your breakfast for Santa, and to tell you the truth, I really enjoyed drawing dishes. You're my buddy. Come back again next year.
I will, back next year, you're allowed to.
Yes, sir.
But it was a great success. With the tickets that we sold, you guys sold, and the brackets, I think it was somewhere in the vicinity of $5,800.
Yes, sir.
And we're proud to match 5,000 of that as promised.
Right on.
So, we're sent to the fire department with a check for $5,000, and we're proud to be involved.
Well, we're glad you was involved. Even though I got a donation, you know, Bank of Nova Scotia, there in October, November, what it was, they donated a radio and antenna for our rescue truck that we got donated from Hoyko. So, I mean, we were more than pleased with that, and this donation here will really offset a lot of the things that we're in the process of buying and one thing and another. So just Ross and Bruce got two helmets there. We're in the process of buying some new helmets. We got 10 new ones from there last week, and we've got 16 ordered now. So that makes 26, and we have 4 what we bought for the last 3 or 4 years. So we're in the process of renewing our helmets as part of our replacement program, I guess you might call it. So after 10 years, like you say, those are supposed to be classed as obsolete, so we're in the process of doing that. And as you saw when we was at the bank for that presentation of the radio and antenna, that we had boys with the new bunker suits on, so we're in the process of applying to the government, the Fire Commissioner's office, to get some funding for new bunker suits. So it's any donation is accepted. There's businesses as well in the community that donate as well. But, you know, your contribution is really appreciated as well as everybody else, you know.
Just glad the bank wanted to give back to the community. That's so good to us, and we feel the fire department is probably the best way to start. You know, at least it's going to serve all of our community.
Yes, sir, and hopefully we won't have to, get any no more calls. Only calls we get be false alarms, because it's not 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. I'll tell you, when we got one there, I think tipsy, 4 o'clock in the morning, from up there in Goose Bay. Their number is 885, whatever it is, 43 for taxi.
There you go.
They call it for taxi.
Oh, well.
So some people wouldn't too enthused we're going to Goose Bay to a taxi that morning.
Yeah.
But that's just how things happen. And with your donation from Scotia Bank, that's greatly appreciated and well we put to good use. So from time to time, when we buy something different, what we will do is we'll keep you informed on what we have bought.
It's not a problem. You don't have to do that. You don't wish, but and maybe down the road we can get involved somehow again.
Okay, sure, that's greatly appreciated.
All right.
Okay.
Once again, thanks.
Thanks.
Yeah. Okay.
The annual Hometown Hockey Tournament was held during the Christmas week. 4 teams took part in the tournament. Here's a clip of one of the games. their annual senior Christmas party on January 5th. Mrs. Ruth Tucker was the MC. The eldest lady was Miss Pearl Warren, and the eldest man was Mr. Joe Piercy. A card game and dance followed the supper, along with a visit from Santa.
Everybody got their tickets ready. Now, jolly old Santa Claus and Mrs. Claus is there. We're going to draw for some prizes. So if everybody get their tickets, we'll make some draws. Okay, the first winner is 926372. 372, last three numbers. If you got it, come on up here and see Santa Claus. 372. Okay, the last three numbers, 417. It looks like Mrs. Claus is going to get all the kisses again this year. Okay, the next one ends in 427. 427. Going once, going twice. Somebody coming? Okay, we got one for Santa Claus this time. Okay, the last three numbers, 358. Okay, somebody's hand has gone up. Let's see them come up here. 358. Santa Claus is really waiting. 358, going once, going twice, gone. Okay, 362. 362. I must put the wrong in base. 362. Okay, we got somebody coming here. Another one from Mrs. Claus. Okay, we got a flower here we're going to draw for too before we go. Four, five, eight. 4, 5, 8. Do we have a winner? Okay, one for Mrs. Claus again. Santa, you're not very lucky this year. Okay, folks, that's all of our prizes. We're going to dim the lights and we'll start this party again.
The Lions also judged for the best decorated house again this year and dropped by the studio to award the winner.
Okay, so we're the judges for the best decorated house this year, and so we're here today to present the winners of first, second, and third place. I gotta say, it was not an easy task. When I was asked at the last minute to go judge the best decorated house, I said, "What doesn't that one take very long?" Gee, I tell you, took a lot longer than I thought it was going to take. There was some beautiful, beautiful decorated houses that were this year, and I gotta say, we got to thank the people for lighting up and taking part into the. I'll say taking part, but I guess people are probably going to decorate anyway. But I gotta say, it's beautiful. Makes our town look so nice, well presented. So first of all, we got Sean Bowles was third place winner. Congratulations there. Beautiful job. Barry Down was second place winner.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Barry. Another beautiful job. And our mayor, Jerome McDonald, was the first place winner. I gotta say, beautiful job done. And congratulations to you.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Congratulations. Thank you.
Yeah. So hopefully we'll get a chance to do this again next year. Thank you.
Grades kindergarten to 6 of Birdview Academy put together a gingerbread village at the school. The activity involved their math and social studies. The students invited their parents along to show them what they had done. Here is a rebroadcast of the mayor's message regarding the water treatment
First
plant.
of all, I guess it's my first time down to BBS in a new year, so I'd like to wish all the residents of Birdview a happy, healthy, and prosperous new year. I hope everybody has a good one. But the reason why I'm here this evening is we're certainly developing problems at our water treatment plant. And the problems that I refer to is that we're pumping at 750 gallons per minute, and we cannot keep the tank, we cannot keep any water in the tank, I'm sorry. So there's obviously a problem, and we certainly got to try and address it. I'm not here because I want to be here to talk to you about this, but I guess it's my responsibility as mayor to inform the public on what's happening there and see if we can try and rectify the problem. Now, as everybody is aware, we installed over the past 7, 8 years a water treatment plant that cost close to $3 million. It's a lot of money. This cost shared by your town, your provincial government, and your federal government. And we have a tank on the hill which can contain 460,000 gallons of water. And we're having problems keeping any water into that tank. Now, we've looked around, and there's no leaks in the system. We cannot identify any leaks around town. But I want to make the public aware, if they're aware of any leaks, phone the town office. And I just want to give you a breakdown on the water, the Canadian average water calculation that a person should be using per day and what we're using at the present time. So just bear with me while I go through those numbers. The average Canadian calculations for water usage is 100 gallons per person per day. Now, you just imagine 100 gallon tank, one person per day. Burgeo's population is around 1,400. This would mean usage of 140,000 gallons per day in the community of Burgeo. At 140,000 gallons per day, the tank would last 3 days. One tank of water, we should be getting 3 days out of one tank of water. That's according to the average Canadian standards. Currently, we're pumping at 750 gallons per minute and not gaining on the tank. Now, 750 gallons per minute is the maximum our system can do. And this system is going foot out non-stop, which is very hard on the system, and it certainly won't last too long if we continue this practice. Last winter, we were going at 400 to 500 gallons per minute. And this time, this year, we're up to 750 gallons per minute. Now, the wear and tear on the system is one thing, and the cost of operating the system is another thing. But at the present time, we're concerned about the wear and tear. 750 gallons per minute, that equals 1,080,000 gallons per day. 1,080,000 gallons per day. At this rate, we are using 2.5 tanks of water per day. That's a lot of water for a small community. Now, we should be getting 3 days, according to the national standards, out of one tank of water. The average use per person at this rate is 772 gallons of water per day. One person at this rate we're going is 772 gallons of water per day. That's 7.7 times the Canadian average. That's a lot of water, and the system is really overloaded right now, and I just want to talk to the people and see what we can do to try and rectify this problem. And I think there is things we can do, and the question is, what are we going to do about it? I think one thing we've got to do is break away from our whole habits that we had over the years, that once the weather get cold, we go and turn up our water and let it run, not realizing how fast it's running. So we just want the public to be aware that if you're running water, just go and check on your water, see how fast it's running. And you don't need to have your water running very fast to maintain it from freezing. Now, as you're aware, we did speak to the people over the years on this. People have insulated pipes and put in new lines, and we estimate about 50% of the people is running water in the community. Some people just take the ball out of the toilet, and by taking the ball out of the toilet, they're letting the water run, which is estimated at 5 gallons per minute. That's what I go through your toilet. A 24-hour period is 7,200 gallons per day going through one toilet. That's treated water that's being wasted. What a person can do if it's necessary to run your water, we're asking you to turn it back if you're running, but what you can do is run it at a speed of 1 liter per minute, which would be something like that straw. Something like that straw would give you around that usage. And that would certainly be a big savings on the water. And the other thing I guess I want to point out is if we cannot get the system down whereas flow rate is 400 to 500 gallons per hour, then we'll have to go back on the old system. And once we go back on the old system, that means dirty water, less pressure, and it certainly would contaminate our lines that we have so far been able to clean and rectify. I know the water is not drinkable. That's because the Department of Health is not picking up no chlorination residue around the community. But that's in the works for this year to get that water chlorinated after it leaves the tank. At 750 gallons per minute, that's a lot of water going through the system. Now, besides the householders in the community, the mail plant has been operating. We do have a meter over to the mail plant, and for 1 month, the plant has used just over 1 tank of water for 1 month period. Also, we'd like to ask them, any way they can conserve water, conserve it. If you see any pipes running that's not in use, just turn it off and conserve what you can. Down on the Fisherman's Wharf, there's a 2-inch line running sometimes 24/7 down on Fisherman's Wharf. We get our employees to go down and check from time to time and turn it back. People going down there washing their vehicles, leaving the hose running. A 2-inch line, 70 to 80 gallons per minute going through that line, just being ran into the salt water, and there's no need of it. So there's things we can do to get that flow rate reduced in the community. So we plead to the people to check your lines. If you got water running, try to reduce it to the minimum. And if you're aware of any leaks around the community, make us aware of it, because we're not aware of any. Although I might mention there is water coming down by the stadium up there running freely, and we cannot find no leaks in that area. So we think, or it's estimated, that the water is coming down from the hills in back of the ball field. So I think it's very important for me today to bring you up to date on what's happening there, and we want to stay on the new system. We want to maintain that tank and have clean water, even if it's not drinkable. It's something that we can have a clean bath in and things of that nature, and wash your clothes until we get it drinkable in the near future. So once again, we plead to you to do your best, do your part. It's for your benefit and the benefit of your community. So we will be monitoring the situation on a daily basis, and next week we'll have to make a decision whether we go back on the old system or stay on a new system, depending on the flow rate. So I thought it's our responsibility to let you know what's happening and ask for your support and cooperation in this matter. So I want to thank you for watching, and I'll be back next week with your budget for 2013 and your council report. Good night, and may God bless.
This concludes our program for tonight. Thank you for watching. Good night.